We've got Dina Litt and Janie Schwartz of Local Mercato in to discuss being on the market and how to become an artisan in your own life. And we're going to sip our nightcap, the Mercato Marg, tonight on It's Complicated.
You're listening to It's Complicated with your hosts Jennifer Golden and Lauren Leonelli, coming to you live from the AfterBuzz TV studios in Los Angeles, California.
Hello, Master Daters. Welcome back for an all-new episode of It's Complicated.
The struggle is real when you're dating in the city.
I'm Jen.
And I am not Jen. Every time it makes her laugh.
I know. I don't know when it's not going to make me laugh.
I'm not Jen.
I'm
Lauren.
Yeah, you are Lauren.
I did it!
I'm so glad you know your name. Guys, today we're going to discuss being back on the market with the queens of the Mercato, Dina Litt and Janie Schwartz of Local Mercato.
That's right, you guys. But before we get into everything, we are sipping our nightcap, the Mercato Marg, because there's nothing like shopping for a new significant other or favorite product with your favorite cocktail.
Yeah.
It helps.
It always helps.
Yeah.
Helps all the things.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. Guys, we've got Dina Litt, who has spent over 17 years in the corporate world working in advertising and brand partnerships for various media companies, working with some of the top entertainment and lifestyle brands to assist them in building deeper connections with their audiences through experiential events and media campaigns, just such as like the Super Bowl, Comic-Con, Cannes Film Festival, you know, just those, and some more. But additionally, having started her career in retail, she spent over a decade at one of LA's most popular stores that we shop at, Fred Siegel, Santa Monica. I actually prefer the one in West Hollywood just because I refuse to drive.
That one's still there.
Yeah, it's there. But also, now there's even another one in West Hollywood.
That's right.
And they all have cafes, which I really recommend. There's some
it's
good,
fun.
pesto sandwich. But so she was a buyer and a retail associate there.
And Janie Schwartz has a broad fashion experience that stretched across like brand creation and management, online merchandising and e-commerce, and has brought like brands from their startup phase to like established consumer brands. So like from the beginning to the end, she's got 12 years of experience in online marketing and merchandising, including companies like StubHub and StyleSpot and Avenue K and Curated. And Janie's experience has spanned across an array of industries from tech to fashion. So it's like all encompassing, and she enjoys searching for the latest styles and understands how to reach and inspire today's modern shopper. Sounds like there's a recipe happening here.
And guys, together, they created Local Mercato, which was born on the belief that the online marketplace has changed the way we shop, much like online dating has changed the way we date.
Yes.
We'll get there. Because the shared experience of shopping has been lost. I mean, who doesn't love going to the mall with their girlfriend or boyfriend or whoever the hell they bring along with them to tell them whether something looks good or bad or just buy it all. Doesn't matter. So because it's been lost, along with the opportunity to personally engage with local brands and genuinely network with women in the community. So
that's right.
They're bringing all of that together because it's been lost.
Yes. And Local Mercato has like 8 to 10 events a year, and these events strive to nurture the commerce and the connection through this new shopping experience. And every event offers like a fresh discovery into local vendors or like exciting new, activations, connections, and conversations, and people that like really feel like they're like cultural changing, like things in your immediate environment, those people, and how you can connect with them and the products that they make.
And they're proud, guys, to partner with some charitable organizations, which is awesome because it's not just shopping. It's not shop till you drop, and that's where it ends. It's also tied to Milk and Bookies, Girls Inc., Mattel Children's Hospital, Skid Row Carnival of Love, Meta Foundation, and the Fulfillment Fund, donating a portion of sales from each event to support an important cause. So this is why you should shop, because then it has that added bonus of a charitable component, which makes you feel good.
And
so it's worth it. Go shop.
Yeah, there's no like buyer's remorse.
No, because you helped the people.
See, that's what you tell yourself. And plus you're like probably drinking and having fun. So it's like, oh, well.
And charity.
And all that. And today, Local Mercato has grown into a powerful destination for women and men to come together, shop together, and to connect in an authentic and a fun environment, which we really feel like translates into dating.
Oh, yeah.
need to be authentic and fun, and connectivity needs to occur. And regardless of your age, stage of life, profession, Local Mercato bridges these gaps with access to the best community, people in the community, and it makes for a great date night potentially.
Yeah.
Or you could meet, I mean, you're going there, what if you meet like
Someone.
a great date there?
Or like a vendor. Like, I don't know, on Raya, there's all these carpenters. Like maybe they go to these markets and they sell their bench.
Yeah, and then you're like, you built that.
Dining room table. Aiden on Sex and the City was a carpenter, guys.
See?
And he was really nice, and he did not end up with Carrie. But he ended up with someone else, right?
Yeah, but it all worked out.
Yeah, exactly. It worked out. So there's a carpenter for everyone. So, guys, we are going to...
I found mine.
Yes, you actually did. Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot about that for a second.
Yeah.
Just him.
Yeah.
Guys, we're going to, keep it complicated as we do every week. And I wanted to give a big, gracious shout out to a few loyal listeners who reached out after last week's episode. And I couldn't be more grateful. As I said, thanks to Dana, Ben, Ashley, Craig, and Megan. Your support means the world to me in this case because the show focused on my breakup. But Lauren also appreciates it because she gets to hear less about it if I do it on the show.
No,
and then
that's
it's done.
fine. That's why we created the show, because it's all about like the conversations that we have in our personal lives. Like they're real and everyone has them. It takes a village, we say.
It sure does. So now that that show was over, I had a really great weekend with family and friends and being around people that love me and remind me that I'm awesome and stuff. And it's just also nice to like hang with people you don't have to try around. You don't have to like act happy if you're sad. And Lord knows I am sad and like miss this person. So it was nice to be around those people. But I did also go on 2 dates, which was cool to like be around somebody that pulled out all the stops for me and was like genuinely excited to hear everything about me and like what makes me me, and was like happy to be sitting across from me. They were like, how I feel people should be when going into dating. You should be excited to meet somebody. You should be excited about me. In fact, if you're going to date me.
And yourself and what you have to present and all of that. And you're putting yourself back out on the market. I am starting like a planning thing. Like my brother's 40th birthday is happening and my birthday is happening soon. And so I was like starting to plan, potential things. And I have realized that in that process, I am a little more like neurotic about planning than I thought I was. But like, what are you looking at me like that for? Like I'm not, I know I'm neurotic.
More neurotic?
Or wait, but planning, okay, like when you and I go out, like you just take the reins of planning. And so like I never plan. So why are you, I like don't plan with you. You just do it.
Right.
But for me and my relationship, I was planning all these things. And I've come to the conclusion that like I need a plan. I need a set plan. And I need the plan to stay that plan. And if it flip-flops, it's really fucking annoying to me.
Oh,
like
no.
that. And so, and I know life happens and my boyfriend has a daughter. And so I get that shit happens, but like I've a little letting go to do. And then also I have to be honest about how I feel. Like I don't like plans like going back and forth 100 times. Like it bothers me. So can we not do that? Can we try to get a plan sooner and then stick to the plan sooner?
That's why I just make it. People usually appreciate that because they're like, I don't have to deal. And I just decide one cook in the kitchen and it's me.
But when there's other cooks in the kitchen in life, I can't get them out. What am I going to tell? I can't. Their lives and their schedules have to be involved.
Sure, but can't you tell them what their schedule is?
I try.
What do you
anyway,
mean?
It's a
do I have to intervene? I will.
Yes,
I will.
Wouldn't that annoy you if you tried to if you made a plan and someone, even though the ending happened, like let's say you were planning to go to dinner,
to get there.
Yeah, and doesn't it kind of take the sheen off? Yes, and would that not frustrate you?
1,000,000%. That's
Thank you.
I
just wanted to put that out there, everyone.
But I mean, we can work on this together.
Yes,
I'll
we
help
can.
you because get them out of here.
Help me help you.
It already gives me anxiety for you.
I know. I need now to take a sip of my drink. Because,
Same.
Yeah. The tequila is so good. And we also made these drinks for our guests because they like a good marg and they probably have them at their events. So we're going to cheers again and welcome Dina and Janie to the studio.
Hello.
Hi, guys.
Hi.
Yay. How's your Mercato Marg?
Delicious.
It's a little strong, but
Yeah. And you can just move your mic when it's time for a drink.
Yeah. Don't let that microphone get in the way of your drink.
Good time.
Nothing wrong with a strong margarita.
Right. And so we always add a drink to the mix because we celebrate whatever it is we're talking about. So if it's being back on the market, if it is planning amazing events, if it's bringing people together in the community, cheers to that.
Yeah.
Cheers to that. Thank you for having us.
And
Anytime.
you guys have like drinks and food and things like that at your events, right?
All of it.
Always.
Tell us quickly, for whatever we didn't cover already, about your events very quickly.
Well, you guys did a great job, so
Okay.
thank you. You sort of covered all the bases. But we throw these pop-up events. We partner with amazing venues. We take over the space and we throw a killer party. And they're a lot of fun, and we have a lot of people come out. And shopping is definitely a big part of it, but it's also a craft cocktail bar and food and socializing, and you get exposed to, let's say, 15 to 20 local brands that are new and exciting and usually started by women in the community, but not exclusively. And it's, a night out, and girls get together and really connect and network. And you have anything to add, Dina?
Well, much like what you're talking about with dating, I think the big marriage right there is the fact that our events are curated. And so you know what you know that you can trust. You go to this event, you know there's gonna be a great brands and stuff that is like new and fresh. And then there's also a new great cocktail, great food, great local brands and places to kind of understand and figure out the city.
Yeah.
Much like that, and comparing dating and thinking about, I would much rather go on a curated date.
Totally.
Where
Yes.
there's this little group of, maybe I'm going off these few people versus this big pot of
Also, what you
whoever.
see is
But
what
the
you get.
curation,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah.
And it's more, I don't know, it's more authentic. Our experience is just like what Janie said. It's, for us, it was all about taking everything IRL, bringing it back.
Yes.
Get offline and put the
Connect.
phone down. And actually, when people hang at our events, between the drinking and the socializing and the networking that happens, come to our events. We'll set you up in 4 seconds with someone's brother or friend. I mean, it's amazing.
Perfect.
I mean,
but
Listen, I have no
honestly-
shame in this game. At this point, I'm
Yeah.
I feel like people know what this is already. There's not
mean,
changing this at this
we
point.
haven't beautiful,
worked with
by
a
the way.
carpenter yet.
I'm
Yeah.
okay with. I don't need a carpenter.
I kind of married a carpenter, actually.
Really?
You
yeah,
did.
he designs furniture. So.
See?
Yeah.
Love.
He doesn't use a hammer though, but he.
What?
But
How
in a
does
way,
he do
it's
it?
like doing the carpentry in his mind when
kind
you're
of
deciding.
like-
See the
Yeah.
design
design,
person.
yeah.
Okay.
By the way, he also does our entire
Tech support.
back end. So
Oh, shit.
he does that too.
So he's artsy and also techie.
Yes. Yeah.
Best kind
Sounds
of.
like a unicorn.
Not to brag,
person.
not to
Right.
brag, but
And he's cute,
it's not,
too.
it's not all about me. And he's
But see what you
Right.
just did there when you're come to our events, we'll set you up in 2 seconds. It's like going into something completely blind, even a blind date, you're being set up by somebody, so you have that comfort of knowing what you're getting into. Going to an event like this, you know what you're getting into, or being set up by a friend, you kind of know what you're getting into. You have that safety blanket of
Right.
somebody's recommendation.
Well,
So-
also somebody's responsible
Exactly.
if I die.
yes. Well, and there's a level of trust.
Right.
So it's the same whether you're dating or going to an event, and especially if you're going somewhere by yourself and you have no idea what you're getting yourself into, to sort of have that comfort level. So
It helps you, I think, be more open to receiving whatever it is that's in front of you, whether it's a person or whether or not you're now going to look at this, shopping experience differently, or someone's new product. Oh, I never thought I would like that, but now I do. It helps open you up to accepting.
natural-
You're telling me I should like short guys. I thought
No,
just
I
there.
didn't
Yes.
say short. I just don't think
New is
she's
what you meant, short.
5'1", and she only wants to date someone who's
So
6'5"
I
feet
married
tall.
someone very tall, and there's something to be said for tall.
Yeah,
I'm
like
not saying
tall.
if you like it, you like it. I'm just saying don't take
love it.
other.
I get
do
it
too, but
I get it. But don't knock
yeah.
someone if they're under 6 foot. They just have to be taller than you.
Well, no, they have to be drastically taller than me because I wear high heels. So basically, I'm 5'9". They have to be taller than
not
5'9".
even
With
So
high
you have
heels
your
on,
range.
5'11"
11 and
to
over.
basketball player.
I get it.
I don't want them to actually be a basketball player. I just want them to be
That
like
comes with a whole
medical
other
marvel.
bag of tricks there.
Right, yeah. I'm not trying to be
yeah.
a Kardashian. I got other problems. So
you got 99 problems, and being a Kardashian.
Ate one of them.
although I feel like it would be an okay problem.
I would not have a problem with that, but that is no secret to anybody.
Right.
I like that type, even though my boyfriend is not at all that
No,
type.
he's Irish.
And
My
short.
husband's Irish,
Yeah.
but tall.
My boyfriend's
taller
not
than-
short.
no,
he's
he's
taller
tall.
than me, but he's not like some of the other people that I may have dated in the past. It's fine. I think he's like the most handsome guy in the world, but he isn't totally far from my type. It's just not at all like some other types.
He's not the same color scheme.
No, it's so funny you say that because I married someone who was so polar opposite of my type. I always went for tall, dark, handsome, tattoos,
Opposite
bad
of
boy.
Jewish.
Yeah.
You went-
no,
you- no,
not
you
even
went for
Jewish. And then I
opposite.
married blonde frat boy, like
No.
white
polar
blonde
opposite.
kids. Like,
Yeah.
Polar opposite. And it worked. I mean,
Wait,
I've been-
how did you guys meet your guys? Because
Yes.
it happened, I'm sure, before the age of dating apps.
Yeah.
Completely.
You met probably IRL.
So
Yes.
I,
She'll go first.
I'll start.
I'll have a drink.
I met my husband at 16.
Oh
Crazy.
my
Yeah,
God.
it's not that bad of a story. It's not that like, oh
Okay.
yeah, we
You
stayed
were
together.
like a
But that never happens
but it
anymore.
never happens
No.
anymore. So I kind of pinch myself. But I met my husband when I was 16. One of my best friends to this day set us up. She's like, hey, my boyfriend Jeremy.
Which friend?
Holly.
Oh, okay.
Holly, yes.
Wow.
So my boyfriend Jeremy has this guy. You want to come out with us? Like, let's go to the Culver City ice skating rink.
Oh,
Which is not there
It's not
anymore.
there anymore.
Super
Sad.
sad. I know, but like a good old fashioned.
Yeah.
I mean, I grew up in the 90s. This was the 90s,
Yeah.
so it wasn't that old fashioned, but I guess it kind of is. And we're out, and we got set up at the ice skating rink, and then from there it was like a really amazing 4-month romance, and then he dumped me right
Really?
before prom.
So 4
Yeah.
months might be the new
Yeah.
3 months.
Yeah.
Could be.
It's bad.
dumped me
4
right
months.
before prom.
Yeah.
And then we got back together after we both graduated college. which
Okay,
is
see,
So
Probably
time
why-
and space.
Thank
probably
God.
why we're married today.
Thank
Yeah.
God.
Those
'cause,
breaks
yeah.
are very
And
important.
for that long of a time, it's like you can then see. I think that the saying, like, it's a breakup, they call it a breakup for a reason or whatever, is a real thing unless it's something that
No, they
when
call
you're,
it's a breakup because it's broken.
oh, whatever. I got a saying wrong.
It's okay.
I never do
Is
that.
that a saying?
think-
It's a book.
But that-
and it's
yeah.
a saying.
Okay.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Sure.
But that's
I've heard
not
that-
what
I've
I
heard
mean.
that one.
That's not what I mean. No, but I think that when you're 16 years old and then you're in your 20s, the change that it's like a new
You're a different
lifetime.
person.
You're a different person, and there's so much time and space that has happened that like it's completely reset. So it's almost like that is null and void. But if you're gonna like break up and get back together and break up and get back together within a span of like a couple of years of that happening, it's like
That's
hello.
drama before the beat.
That's yeah.
For the trauma.
yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Okay, wait. I have a question though. As far as when he came back to
Yeah.
you, did he present you with a scroll of what he will do right this
It
time?
was amazing.
What
because
happened?
he walked right up to me at a high school. Both of our brothers went to the same high school, Brentwood High School, and literally walked up to me and he like had a tag. Remember those tag phones, cell phones?
Yes.
That,
Oh,
like flip phones.
Stop.
I'm not kidding. Okay, so we're
Are
both
we dating
graduated.
ourselves?
Amazing.
I just
No.
love it. It's like very nostalgic.
It was. I remember it like it was yesterday. Not to be such a cheeseball, but it was ridiculous. I mean, we're at this like Brentwood thing, and like both of our brothers are graduating or going
Yeah.
through this end of their high school careers, and he walks up to me and he flips his phone open, and he's in this like suit because he's now graduated from college at the William Morris like mailroom. One of those,
Yes,
right?
yes,
Like in the
that happens.
program,
Yep.
like fully in the program, like thinking he is so cool. Went to SC. I'm so
Uh-huh.
cool. I'm, by the way, like straight out of like the car from Colorado State. And I'm like, cowgirl now.
I was
Like
gonna say, like,
totally
granola.
hippie
Yeah,
granola, like
totally.
not
More
even
grounded.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, whatever. And I'm back to LA and he's just like, he flips his phone open and he's got this, suit on.
Swagger.
He's like,
So agenty.
can I call you?
Can my
You know?
people call you?
Wait,
No.
can I call you?
How
Can
about I call
I'm
you?
sorry for dumping you right
Yeah.
before prom.
He
Yeah.
had no game. He had no game. And I mean, no game at all.
No,
but he
like,
walked
no.
right
But
up.
what did you-
Can I call you? Put your number in.
And were
then-
you like, yes?
Yes, I was. And I was
you-
actually dating someone else, but I was like, yes, absolutely. And he did not stop calling me. Like, just kept
Good.
meaning,
He
like,
wore you down.
He didn't.
Good.
Yes, he didn't play games.
Good.
He knew what he wanted.
And
It
I
was
like
kind
that
of-
he came in with that, like, he had determination. Because that, at
did.
some point, you have to, I mean, I think just in the regular dating world, you need to have that, you need to show that you're interested. If you're putting yourself back on the market, you need to know that you're ready if you're coming out of something and make sure that you're like available. And if not, you're being like candid about like not wanting something serious. Or if you're coming back around to time 2, like you need to like bring the A game.
Listen, I've been giving
Be
this
in
some
it.
thought. So if the guy came back,
I mean, we know that
he's not. But if he did,
no, that you would not accept that.
oh no, that's not true. I would accept.
Jen.
See, she knows herself
I
very
know
well.
myself. I would accept a plan of attack with what will be different, how he will be better,
Okay, that's
what
fine.
program he will be in as far as therapy goes.
Well, exactly.
Because
And
I need to
This
understand
was
that
not
you're
as
becoming
complicated. This was 16. This was
Yeah.
so
Yes.
little.
Yeah.
It was. You're
Right.
right.
And
There's
by
much
the
more
way,
going on now.
I need to know, like, what,
Yeah.
don't shut down when things go awry. You actually talk about things. Like, you have to express yourself and hold yourself accountable.
Well, this
you
is
don't
all
run.
part of the game, like red flags that
Scroll.
you have seen that you know, sometimes we paint these red flags white because we're partially trying to see if they're actual red flags, and then part of us is really trying to be like optimistic about things, which human nature is technically that way. Like we like to see, we want it to work out, right? Like, so you don't want to end up like getting out of something and blaming yourself. You're going through it because you need to figure it out. And if you're gonna go back into it, I'm sure there were things in your mind where you were like, okay, this, maybe it's been like a long time and we're different people, but like, this is not going to be the same, or this is going to be different. And then how long did you guys take to get back like in it together?
I mean,
Right away.
I think right before our marriage, which happened 8 years later, he
So you
finally started
dated
calling
for-
me his girlfriend.
Wait, hold on.
Wait,
No,
I'm
I'm kind
sorry.
of kidding. I'm kind of kidding. So,
and actions speak louder than words. so
Actually-
you have to.
no,
What?
that was, by the way, that is exactly what you just said. Is exactly how I describe my husband. Is actions speak louder than words.
That's my
'Cause he
boyfriend.
didn't.
Yeah.
It wasn't that he was like, I love you, I love you, love you. I want to be with you. It was that he showed me he wanted all those things, and I never felt like there was definitely like a chase for sure. And I kind of liked the chase in the sense that I knew he was mine.
Chases.
But
Awesome.
Yeah.
As long
I
as they're
knew
chasing you and
Right.
you're not chasing them.
totally right. But like I also like we were living in different cities. It was very like kind of a sexy kind of thing because I knew he wanted to be with me, but the deal wasn't sealed completely.
Okay,
on
so-
my end. I mean, just because geography and everything.
So you dated for 8 years and then he.
Exclusively, by
Okay,
the way.
great. Wow.
Just to be clear.
Years. Were
But
you
the-
not like, hello?
Yes.
TikTok,
Well, you were,
TikTok.
young, you were
like-
still young-ish
Yes.
when you got back together.
Yes.
But
we
plus
were young.
8 is not young anymore.
Yeah,
Well,
what were you, like 28?
I was
when you-
28 when we got married.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, but the crazy part about it all was like, this is more of a joke about his personality. Is like his best friend was like, "Oh, so you do like her?" You know, it was a joke because
Yeah.
it was like, "Oh," because he just wasn't that guy, which is actually kind of cool because he wasn't like, "I want to get married, have a
Yeah.
white picket fence,
Yes.
have 2 kids." He was
Yeah.
the guy that was like, "Well, wait, I actually love you and I want to marry you," but maybe didn't want to get married before, you know, didn't even know that.
Sure. So it's
that was attractive to me.
Yeah, and
in
that
a
means
way.
it's really authentic because
Wasn't
he's
trying to-
doing the things not just because he thought he had to, or it was like on the box of things
Exactly.
to
He was
check
a little
off.
clueless. It was
Yeah.
a little clueless, and yeah.
I like that.
I like that. All right. Your turn.
My story's very different. I met my husband when I was 19. I met him. He's 15 years older than me.
I like that.
So
into
there
it.
was a bit of an age difference. And he was pursuing me, and I was like, this isn't happening. Like, you're way too old for me. I'm not interested. And he actually left and traveled the world for 2 years and wanted to like go find himself, and he quit his job and he did that, and I didn't stop living my life.
So he was like in his 30s.
So what's 19 plus 15?
Yeah, wait, what is that?
No, that's like,
Is 32.
30.
God, this
Yeah.
is hard.
Right?
Yeah.
Thank you. People
So
ask
he
me,
was-
I'm like, I don't know, just add 15 years. And-
It's
Yeah,
more.
34,
It's-
34.
Okay,
Yeah.
10 and then another.
Yeah.
which
five.
is younger than I am now. So it's sort of weird how it all comes about. But he came back from traveling and he started pursuing me again. And by that time, I was 21.
2 years later.
Yes.
So he like
Whoa.
couldn't forget about you and was like, I need to be in your
Yeah,
life.
he hit the ground running. We reconnected at a holiday party, and that was sort of it. And the interesting part, well, there's a couple. One is that he grew up with, I have 2 cousins who are twin brothers, and he grew up with them.
Okay, so there was
So he's
that
been vetted.
comfort. There was that comfort.
Yes, and then my sister married another one of his good friends. So
Okay.
it was definitely like
Family.
in the circle he was around. And I was young, and I needed to like go out and party and date and do everything I needed to do.
That's a whole other show, by the way.
Yeah, that is a whole other show. I had a lot of fun. But that being said, I knew I was going to end up with him. So the pressure was off the table. I knew I was going to marry him.
Like, when did you know? The
Like-
first time or the second time? After the 2 years, when you were 21.
So when I was 19, I applied to fashion school and I needed a recommendation. And my sister said, you should go ask Sean for a recommendation because he has this great job and it'll go a long way. So I said, okay, I really needed someone.
And you're like, he's obviously going to give me an amazing recommendation.
Well, so we met at a Starbucks. And
oh my God.
What did you do for that recommendation, James?
Well, I'll tell you. So he had to fill out a piece of paper, and then on the bottom it said relationship. And he looked at me and he goes, lover? And I was like, ew, no.
He said, lover, I'm dying.
Oh, yeah, he said that. And I was like,
I cannot.
That's not happening. And then I said, well, as a thank you, this is going to sound so awful, but I said, as a thank you, we can go on a date. So I let him take me on a date, and I used my fake ID to order alcohol because I was under 21.
Oh, my God.
I love this.
And we went out for sushi, and like within weeks, he left and traveled around the world. And then...
But you got what you
And
needed,
how did
so
you
it's fine.
feel, though? Were you like, that was interesting? Or were
Did you
still
like
just
him?
like, no, not right now?
I definitely knew not then, but I knew...
Something.
I knew it, and my friends were so confused. They didn't understand because we were young and living in LA, and we would go out and party, and they were so not ready for that phase of their life.
Yeah.
And I just knew, okay, he's going to come back, and we're going to end up together. And that's
That
exactly what happened.
is
We got married. I was 25, and then we had my daughter when I was 27. And then my son at 30.
Oh.
So I'm like in it now, like really in it.
Yeah, I would
Obviously,
say
yeah.
you probably were a couple times ago, but like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those two kids really did it for you.
They seal the deal.
They for sure sealed the deal. What?
And also, he gave you that like glowing review. He was your reference.
He
so.
got me into fashion school, by the way. I
mean, you owe him your whole
my
marriage.
whole career.
Yeah,
Right.
lover.
My
lover.
whole career.
Yeah.
I will not
Lover.
say anything else to
Oh my
him,
God.
but
I was
lover.
like, ew,
Lover.
no.
That is
Hello, lover.
hysterical. Yeah, no. Mm-mm. If some guy, that's like how we say if a guy's like, I want to make love to you. It's like, what?
Like the first time.
Stag me.
Like the first
Like,
time.
Oh,
how
my God.
do
Like, no
not
time.
say that.
Yeah.
I
God.
would rather you say something not
Like
that.
the dirtiest thing you
Yes,
can think of,
yes.
I'd rather hear
Yeah.
than
Yeah.
that.
It's so weird. It's almost like they become a black and white movie.
Yeah, you're like, no.
It's a cliche.
Right.
Totally.
Yeah.
It just feels sleazy
It's
and slimy and
It's not even that.
disgusting,
It's
and
just
like
And it makes you want to do the opposite. I'm not going to
Yeah.
want to sleep with you if you're like lover.
Yeah,
I'd
no,
be like,
no, thank you.
Thanks.
Got it.
I'm
There are
running
women,
the other
I think
direction.
there are women that like that, though.
yeah.
I
Carrie
think
with
there
Alexander
are.
Petrovsky.
I have yet to met.
You're
to meet-
right.
Yes.
You're absolutely
He was
right.
her lover.
Listen,
and she said,
yeah.
I've taken a lover. And she kept
lover.
saying it. I was
Yes.
like, you're not going to end up with
No,
him.
but that's much different than saying I want to make love to you. That's
Either
I don't even
way.
like saying it. It's
Any of it is
disgusting.
terrible.
Okay, so then now
Terrible.
you guys you work on connecting people, and this is like your whole one of the
do.
whole things that drives like the meetings and the events, and it's like your thing, your shtick.
Bringing people together.
Yeah.
In real life.
Before we get more into the event part of that, and then explain to everyone how you guys met and how this idea, I mean, we sort of talked about how it was born, but just the spark that happened there. Because you can have that same connection, like obviously we just talked about it with the men in your lives, like with
I'm stuck on lover. I'm sorry. I will
Or your
not let
lover.
this go at least for like
Now, if you
1 more
ever
hour.
meet my husband, that's the only
Yeah.
thing you will think of.
but you have that
I will walk up to him and say, hello, lover.
You can find
real
that
creepy.
connected spark with
can't.
your friends or like at your events potentially. And
Totally.
On all the different layers and levels. So when you guys met, it was in another world, sort of.
We met when our older kids, who are now 9, were in toddler together. So it's like really boring mommy life. But we met when they were in toddler, and they've been in school together pretty much since then. And I was doing my thing in sort of repping local brands, and I decided to have a little event at my house where I would bring in, I don't know, maybe like 7 brands of friends who had amazing lines. And Dina came, and she walked in and was like, this is interesting. I think there's something here. Let's explore if we can make it bigger, how we can make it bigger. And I think she was, and she can talk about this a little more, but she was ready to sort of pivot and find something that was more of a passion and more fulfilling. So we came together and pretty quickly just dove into planning our first event.
Yeah, I think we're both natural connectors. Like that's what makes us happy. And so when we saw this space and the market of like everyone shopping online and not something that Janie and I both go back to is like her shopping with her grandma, me working at Fred's, right?
I shopped with my grandma. That was like, and I tell my boyfriend all the time, like, I want to take his daughter shopping, and I know you, and I tell him, I know you think that sounds stupid. It's not.
It's not about
serious
just buying.
bonding
It's about
time.
Yes,
So-
because we don't even buy that much anyway.
And that's the whole thing for me is something happens when women get together and the shopping element is there, but the shopping is sort of secondary to everything that happens.
It's a
and that's what
vehicle for
happened with my grandmother.
conversation.
Yes.
Yeah,
totally.
Well, remember like Neiman Marcus like popovers, like that was that thing.
My mom
like
still talks about them.
and like they had
My
fashion
grandmother,
shows.
the Rotunda in San Francisco has the popovers
And the
with
broth.
the butter and the
and
broth.
oh, it's amazing. It's
my favorite.
Yeah.
Oh, you have
but those
no
are
idea. That's my
nostalgic,
childhood.
right?
They
Like,
are.
yeah.
Oh my
Yes.
God. I cannot believe you just said that. My mom is listening going, holy shit. Yes.
My mom made them at dinner parties.
So
and
we're
she was
gonna
like, you know,
serve-
it's like Neiman Marcus, but like our living room.
We're gonna have to serve. By the way,
not
I
Neiman
own a popover.
They're so
Pan.
I have a
They're
pan.
easy to make.
Yes, I have a
We
pan,
should make
and
them.
Williamson has a good recipe, like a little bake, box.
I have it. I
Okay.
have the pan. It's like a,
So
we're
gonna have a
Yeah,
popover
and then
party.
they like
Cast iron.
blow,
Amazing.
and the top blows up, and they're all like doughy and
If
nice
you
and
make the
hot.
strawberry
Yeah.
butter,
preserves,
the strawberry
too.
butter.
It's amazing.
Oh.
It's amazing.
It's on.
But those are the
see-
moments.
but
like
see
you
what we
can't
just
do
did
that
there?
online.
We all
Just
bonded
about
over
that?
popovers.
Yeah.
and
No,
carbs,
but
basically.
you're right.
Neiman Marcus
can't do
and
that
popovers.
online.
But
Yeah.
you're
What's wrong
right.
with that?
You cannot do that online. It's just, I mean, yes, it's efficient. Like, I want this
It's
thing,
efficient.
but
It's very efficient.
That's all really it is.
Yeah, but something's lost in that, and so
You're doing it alone.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. You're
So-
doing it alone.
Yeah, so we
Yeah.
actually we created like an Amazon storefront for like our listeners, basically, because we're like, well, we're shopping together, kind of. We're curating this page, for all the things you're gonna need for the following areas
And
of
if
your
you're
life.
gonna do it online, like we
it with
talk
us.
about it. We're like, we give the recommendation. We're like, if we had the ability to do what you guys do and have like actual storefront of these products, we would do it. But that we are where we're at, so we're like, these are the reasons why we. It's not just like arbitrary buying. It's like we've talked about them. We like them. This is what we use for this.
Yeah,
of
you're
books we
bringing
read.
conversations together. You
Yeah.
know,
So
you're
that's what we
bringing,
do just
in
in
We
person.
do that in person, but the other piece of that is like, it's so great to be able to go and have a conversation with a designer, with a friend. There's so much networking that happens at our events that we don't even really talk about, but women have come back to us and been like, oh my gosh, I started my business. I launched this. I launched that.
got a job.
I had an idea, or I met a guy, a husband. Like we've actually had people meet people. Just bringing that back to what we're talking about, dating. But it's a place to connect. And the old fashioned, like I remember working at Fred Siegel, and one of my favorite moments is sitting there and being like, I don't know, 16. And John F. Kennedy Jr. walking out the door. Not
No,
kidding.
Dad.
I'm not like a star fucker, but I'm literally like this guy.
It's different.
I would've died.
Is different.
He's American royalty.
He is-
Doesn't matter.
He is real royalty, right?
yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean, we don't have that type of royalty today.
Camelot,
And-
right there.
I
Yeah.
I
And
cried
so-
real hard when he died,
Me
and
too.
Aaliyah and no one else.
Oh my God! I mean,
Those two and Princess Di. And Princess Di.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
obviously.
Yes.
but going back, you're just like, it was so mind blowing to me as a 16-year-old in high school going through it. I went, whatever, and like seeing these people in a place, and it wasn't, Fred Siegel had a lot of celebrities coming through, but that one right there was one that I got to interact with, and I got to shop, and he was in the Stussy section. Remember Stussy
yeah,
brand?
that's so weird.
And we
What
were
are you doing
Still
there?
doodle the S's.
I
You guys
can
remember
do it.
that?
I can do it with the lines,
With the lines
and the lines,
then
and then you
cross.
connect it.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
My God.
I still doodle that to this
totally
day.
can do it.
with the little crown on the
Yeah,
top.
the crown.
Yeah.
By the
They're
way,
like dots.
it's coming back, guys.
The line.
It is. No,
Yeah.
it's gone full circle.
I saw someone in a brand Gap T-shirt yesterday, like white T-shirt, Gap across it. I'm
it's-
like,
yeah. No, because they have that whole new release. It's like commercials. Like
I know.
It's
No,
like
you
very
guys,
retro but cool.
I
Again.
bought.
I
I was
can't.
at Nordstrom's at Century City today.
oh, great
I
mall, by the
bought
way.
Best.
A Wrangler. Do you remember Wrangler?
Yes.
Yes.
I
Oh, yeah.
bought a Wrangler sweatshirt.
Yes, hell yeah.
Oh yeah.
Amazing.
Champions next on your list.
Oh, they were right next door to each other. The section was right next door.
Did they bring these companies back from the dead,
Yes.
or were they
Dude,
around
Adidas,
this whole
No,
time?
Wrangler in particular, I think they brought back from
Yeah, I think
the
they-
brink of
I literally
extinction.
think they revived that one with the
I think it's-
clear.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
it's been sitting in a box.
Well, it's part
in
of
the back
Levi's.
since
It
like
was, I think.
1980.
I mean,
at
if
one
that's
point.
Levi Wrangler.
Yeah.
If that's
I
the
think it was
sweatshirt is the one you
Wrangler,
bought,
yeah.
it's very cute. I can see
Oh
it up
yeah,
there,
there's a image that's on the screen
no,
right
mine's
now.
blue.
yeah.
Yeah.
With a white Wrangler
white-
and a red stripe on the sleeve.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good
Yeah.
job,
Oh my God,
Jeff.
love it.
Yeah.
Good job, Jeff.
It's $55. I'm all about it.
Super affordable if you want a
Right?
sweatshirt from the past.
I mean, I'm kind of I did it in the store. It wasn't online, but
So,
I
there
had
you
to.
go.
It was amazing.
So
Yeah.
do you guys like purposefully shop in person? Like, do you not order online, or do you?
Oh,
do
I shop
sometimes?
online all the time.
Okay, so
because I have
there's-
no time.
Right,
And
yeah,
mobile
you're a
kids.
mom.
But I think why we do this and why we do it like seasonally and not every month or every week is because
It's
a
exhausting.
place. Well, it's exhausting. It's really
Yes, of
exhausting.
course.
But it's a place for people to like come together on like an appointment. And you're like,
Yeah.
oh, okay, I know that like it's fall. I need to kind of freshen up my wardrobe
Yes,
and like
good call.
like what's in for fall. Well, a lot of the people, the women that go to our events aren't necessarily like trendy, but they want to be on trend and they
Right.
want to
They want to be
have an
inspired.
idea-
Yes,
Exactly.
yes.
Yeah.
And that's what I was getting back to is the inspiration that I felt at Fred Siegel. It was insane. I mean, between the food, the celebrities, the style, the design coming through there, like
They
there was
offer a whole
inspiration,
lifestyle of things.
discovery,
I loved
discovery
shopping there.
overload.
I loved it.
Yeah.
But the one in Santa Monica is
yeah.
no longer.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
one's not there.
Oh, it went bye-bye a long time
Yeah.
ago.
But
Really?
we had our first event there.
We did. Full circle.
That
Thanks-
is really great.
Thanks
Full
to
circle.
HT Buttercup and a relationship
Oh,
that
I
we
love
have
HT,
with
but
that amazing store.
I can't even go in that store unless I have like 10 hours.
It's inspiring.
Gorgeous but that all so I think that there's so few like experiences and like actual places you can walk in that have like authentic and you can't like HT Buttercup's not everywhere. You can't go to
No.
Dallas and see HT
No.
Buttercup.
Right.
You can't, and so I think that was a big part of Janie and I was like our inspiration was like you go everywhere. I would travel to New York and I wouldn't be able to find any special designer, little unique places because everything was in LA. The world's so small now. Everything's
it's
in
all the
Dallas,
same
Colorado
brand.
and
yeah.
so we try, and that's like our biggest, our
You guys
pain
are like
point.
you
is
guys
trying
are
to
like the
find-
matchmakers of shopping.
I love it.
Yeah. So how do you
That
pick?
works. Yeah.
How do you pick then who the vendors are?
That
and
should be our new
the
tagline,
people
by the
that
way.
come to your
Totally.
events?
Hashtag.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Thank you.
And
The matchmakers
and
of
do you have
shopping.
like a theme?
So,
Yeah.
so yes. So we started doing our bigger marketplaces seasonally, as Dina mentioned. So we'll do a big fall, which is like refresh after summer and those key pieces that you kind of need, whether it's for fashion, shoes, home. We'll do a big holiday, which is focused on like holiday shopping and gifting. And then we'll do a spring that sort of leads into summer. And to answer your question of how we sort of choose who's going to be there, designer wise, we meet with everybody in person. We talk about their products. We talk price points.
It's like a 1 to 2 hour meeting.
Yeah,
It
we
usually
get our
goes to
hands on it. We usually then buy it because we are our own customers.
Well, right.
and-
If you like
Right.
it that much, then you're also behind it that much
Totally.
more. Yeah.
Okay, so wait.
But-
So this now ties really well into our topic of the day, which is getting back on the market. So if you're actually sitting down with these people,
Yeah.
and you're talking to them about how they can probably best succeed at your event, or what they can do in advance of to be maybe even considered for the next event. Maybe they're not even ready yet. Like, what are some of the things that you actually give them advice on to like succeed at their best at your events?
and we learn from each event. So in the beginning, it was an experiment. We really had no idea. And now after every event, we learn something new, which is a lot like dating, actually. But I would say one is there's the designer, there's the creative aspect, and then there's on site at the event selling it. And Dina and I can curate the event and we can get the people there and we can throw an awesome party and you can have a lot of eyeballs. But if you can't sell it, people aren't going to buy it.
And you have to, so it's
Well-
like paying attention to every piece of the pie. Like,
totally.
you have this thing and this thing about your product that's representing your company, and you need to make sure you're representing all of the facets and bringing it all forth in this moment,
And
like
not
a date.
all the people or the creative behind the brand are good at that.
Yeah.
And we'll look at the designer kind of towards the end once we've got that rapport with them. We'll be like, are you creative or are you a hustler? Not say that so much, but
If
we'll
you're
kind of come
creative, bring a
together.
hustler.
Exactly. We'll come together on that note
And
we'll
fill
be
the
like,
gaps
All
in.
right,
Yeah.
we can kind of joke at this point, like, okay, clearly you need to bring your best friend or your, like we have a client, we have a brand, one of our favorite brands, Karen Lazar. Gold beaded bracelets. These are them. We'll have to get you some.
Just
Yeah.
looking at those, I want.
need
She'll
more
be there
things.
in October.
I need
She
more things.
Yes,
brings it.
We will get you
Okay.
some of
Hustler
those.
and creative.
She is both, and that is such
Okay.
a unique. She's always one of our top 1, 2 brands,
And
that
that's
does
why,
so well.
probably.
Totally.
She
Yeah.
talks, she consults, and she has fun, and she engages,
And her
she,
product's amazing too.
And I think those are all maybe good takeaways too.
Yeah.
That
for-
is, I mean,
for a
you
date?
have to have that trifecta or whatever it is if you're going on a date. Like, you need to like have an amazing. beauty is in the eye of the beholder. So you can't just be like, oh, well, you have to be hot. Like, you have to be
have to feel
confident in who
Confident.
you are.
You have to sell yourself.
Or put yourself in a good situation so that
Yeah.
you're as comfortable as you can be. So maybe if the date is a hike or an alcohol,
Coffee.
a drink or coffee, like do the things that make you successful, right?
Yeah.
Like what is your thing? Is it yoga? Is it whatever? Like let yourself shine a little bit maybe, and then
Sure.
that
Yeah.
would kind of.
Here's the problem.
You know?
If I went to yoga with a guy and he was so bad, I would like feel
You-
so
you would
bad.
judge.
I'd be like, no, be better.
Maybe not so,
Yeah.
like,
But also, I'd be like, look at me. But also, you.
I'm really
Yeah.
good. You're not. I can't
Right.
teach you anymore.
that's
We're
a good
done.
point. Well, you have more experience. I what do I know?
No, but
No, but I do actually. I think about yoga all the time as like a good like testament to
That-
like
But
somebody that.
also, it's sweaty.
that
It's sweaty.
It is
It wouldn't be a
sweaty.
good first date. I
It
think
would not
For
be-
me, I think about it. It'd be a good third date.
Well, you're not together
Potentially.
talking either.
I
When
think
you're not engaged. Yeah.
that kind of a date to showcase something that you're excited about or that you are good at or that you feel you're best at is something that you go later on in the game where you already have established like a foundation and you feel like you like this person, and then you can accept the fact that they may not be good at it, but guess what? If they're into it because you are, that's going to overtake.
that.
They're going to be
Well, also
attractive.
the mind, body, spirit
Yeah.
thing. If they actually want to get into that, I'd be like, perfect.
That's what I'm saying.
Also,
And
I'd be
then-
like, go to the back row. Like, don't be in the
They
front row
can,
with me.
they can
Get back
become
there.
part, like I'm into, like my boyfriend loves the New England Patriots. He's from Massachusetts. He's into it. I like sports, but I've adopted this team. Tom Brady's from my hometown, so I'm not like
He's hot,
a
too.
total
He's hot.
front
Thank
runner.
you. He's hot.
And
Let's
he's
all
hot.
be honest. He's hot.
So, but also,
And they
like,
win. They're not a bad
and they're
team
a
to
good
be a
team
fan
to
of.
watch. But point being is that I've become like a fan with him because he likes it, and I enjoy the social aspect of
Yes.
of
right.
football.
Yeah.
Like, let's throw a party and,
the
make
food
things.
and the-
And
Oh,
the things.
yeah.
So
I'll
it's
go
like,
anywhere
so you
a
can
buffalo wing is.
entertain.
I have
yeah.
a local Mercato every time the Patriots play. That is what I do.
Yes.
That's awesome.
And I like
labels
make the
the
drinks.
food.
I'm
like
like,
you take the
oh,
positive out of it, and you're like,
Yes.
this is what I like to do.
I
and
call them like
Yeah.
Tom Brady Hail Marys, but they're like Bloody Marys.
Yeah. Oh,
that's
and I
cute,
like make the
though.
drinks.
You're
all,
themed out.
Totally
Love a
themed
good
out.
theme.
Yeah.
So, like, okay, speaking of themes, so when you do these events,
Yeah.
do you, like, obviously we think about things in terms of, like, would this be a great date spot? Or do you go with your girlfriends to find clothes you wear on a date? Or, like, to self-care?
All
or
of it.
All the things that could better yourself in any of these areas of your life. Would you come up with any, like, obviously you have seasonal things.
We have seasonal things. Yes, I would say it's the latter. It's girls' night out. It's fun to reconnect. It's shopping. So it's buying outfits for the date or the getaway or the party, the
Getaway.
black tie party or your home. We are women focused, but men are totally welcome and come all the time.
Yeah.
So it's not exclusive, but I don't know about a first date. It might be a little overwhelming.
Okay.
And also to
But there's
watch
a
you,
lot
like,
of women.
you freak
go
out at
in-
a lot
products.
of women.
You could go into it wanting to meet someone, or then and maybe after you've met someone and have done a couple things, then maybe bring them to this.
Yes.
Yeah.
I
Yes.
think there's actually another level of our business of what we're doing, these conversations. So we've
Yeah.
been
Yeah.
actually, which really get into dating and who you are and actually making yourself better, are the conversations that we've been doing where we have a speaker, a
Yes.
culture changer, and it's like a topic like intimacy, where we have a sex therapist talking about how you can be more connected in your
and,
relationships.
and couples will come to those together.
It's couples, it's dating, and that applies to everything. How can you be more connected in general? So, and then
yeah.
it gets into the sex and the things that you should be kind of more conscious of and having more of it, date nights, whatever it is. There's that piece. Other conversations have been cannabis. We've definitely gotten around the cannabis conversation and
Love
talked
that.
about that. We have an amazing doctor, Dr. Sherry Yafai, who comes in and talks about kind of like Cannabis 101, or even the next deep dive into cannabis would be like late night. How do you have a drink? How do you have, how you pair wine with your cannabis?
What?
How do you,
or use cannabis instead of
all
wine.
the- yeah.
Interesting.
It's amazing.
We need to talk to these
That-
people.
yeah. Yes.
She's
She's a
amazing.
great
She's an MD. Like
Love.
Yeah.
works at the ER at St. John's, but has sort of come into this full steam and has a relief institute in Santa Monica. She's fantastic and has become a good friend. So we love her.
Oh my God. I feel like we need to have all these people on
I know.
our show
Everyone
because
has to
these
talk to the
things
people.
are really like transferable into dating. When you're trying to connect people and trying to make connections and start conversations and just have like positive energy, these are all things that are really important to have for yourself. And when you're bringing into meeting a new person, it's things you want from that other person too. Like, this is a very relatable topic, even though you might not feel like it is at first. Like we had a woman on here that did like crystal energy muse things, and like it was so relatable.
Yeah.
Like
She gave me a rose quartz for love.
We work with a lot of those people who do crystals.
Love.
Oh my
They're
God,
one of our best items.
She should come to one of your. See, look, we're connecting people right
I know.
now.
I love it.
Yeah.
I have a rose quartz in my bra.
Right now.
One of our listeners gave it to me.
Wearing this one.
And said to just wear it on you like every day.
She
Has a
cleansed
heart.
it, reprogrammed it, and it's a heart.
Then you stuck it in your bra.
Yeah, she actually got the rose quartz from a farmer's market and thought of me and was like, I got you this.
That's amazing.
It was on the...
Does it bother
See,
you or feel
No, I
good?
don't even feel it at all. I feel
She
nothing.
rubs it.
I'm like,
It's
hello, are we in love yet? I don't know. But
And it's right over the heart.
exactly. So she was like, this is what you're going to do. But it was at a farmer's market where she saw it and got it and gave it to me. And it was
Nice.
all on the new moon, which
Yes.
was Sunday,
Yes.
which put out all my intentions. And then there was Rosh Hashanah. So I like made my
Year.
wishes to the universe. It was New Year, New...
Yeah, I'm introducing you to my brother. For
I think
sure.
we need to do this.
I mean, you really are a
This is
connector.
why
So
I know.
I trust
Is
you
it?
because you
I
curate
know.
things. So curate my relationship. It's
Well,
fine.
guys, Dina and Janie work on like getting off your phone and getting in real life and connecting that way. And while dating apps can be connective in a way, like the goal is to get off the phone, get off the
of
app,
it.
get your head out of your apps and meet these people in person and think about these things that we talked about when you're in person, because that's what's going to put the best you forward. And then you're going to start to make some magic.
And go shopping together.
And go shopping.
Hashtag shop together. Go to one of their events.
October 3rd at the Griffin Club.
Amazing.
Okay, well,
The
that's
Griffin Club is a members-only club,
Yeah,
by the way.
that's
And so we
fantastic.
can invite you as well.
Yes.
Oh, that would be
Of
amazing.
course.
'Cause
Oh
we
my
have to
God.
get those bracelets.
Yep.
So
She'll be
it's
there.
on the list. And also, I can meet your brother then.
and that
He's never been to one of
We
my
can
events.
naturally
so
make that happen.
Yes.
Let's
I'll
just
just
put-
happen to be there.
and then he
Yeah,
will do
hopefully
an
he's not watching them.
organic
I
done.
know. Or
Love
we'll have
this.
you over for Shabbat dinner. We'll figure it out.
Okay, perfect.
My friend's in town. She's coming. Oh, accident.
Here I am.
Whoopsie. Okay, we'll remind everyone where they can find you guys and your local Mercado and all the information.
And
that
buy
comes along
tickets
with
to
it.
an event, right?
Yeah.
Is that
Yeah,
how it
it's
works?
free. You don't
Free.
have to. You do not have to buy tickets. www.localmercado.com and Instagram is @localmercado with a T. And our next event is October 3rd at the Griffin Club. All you have to do is RSVP. It's free and it's amazing.
Come
I
join
like
our-
putting it
our
on my
community.
calendar.
Oh,
this is
yeah.
happening.
Yeah. It's right before your birthday. Maybe I'll
I
get
know.
a gift out of this.
I'll
I'm
just
sure
pick
you
it
will.
out.
I'm sure
We'll
we'll
make
get
that
something
happen.
for you.
Oh, yeah.
my
Please
God.
curate her present so I can just buy that.
Oh my God, I love it. Okay, and Jen, where can everyone find you?
On Bumble. Just kidding. At Jennifer Golden on all the social media platforms.
Or at the next local Mercado
Exactly.
event.
I'll be at a kissing booth.
Yes, and free kisses for all of the
No, they
people.
cost more.
That'll be our
They
new
cost money.
activation.
Yes. And you,
I like
can,
that.
you can find me at Lauren Leonelli on all the social medias. And don't forget to follow us at Complicated Show. We are here every week.
But not next week because
Oh.
I'm Jewish and we are celebrating Yom Kippur.
And I am
and throwing
my
out all
mazel-
of our sins for
my-
everyone else.
My mazel to you is to celebrate it too. I am not Jewish, but mazel to
You should
that.
throw out your sins
Yes.
anyway.
Well, we'll be here the week after that with our special guest. We have Lavie Noir show
Yes.
creator Eva Lee Gertz coming in, so we're excited about
boudoir
that. Yes,
up in here.
some sexy sex time.
time.
All right, guys.
Thank
We will
you.
be back next week or in 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Love you long time.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Keven Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.